A lot of Africans living in the diaspora live paycheck to paycheck, and most are even broke due to friends and family demands from home. In this video, I'm not here to tell you not to help your family and friends, but I'm just here to tell you and encourage you on things I've done that made me strive a balance between my finances and the help I render to family and friends. So this is what we'll be looking at in this video. Before we dive into the video, welcome back to the channel. And first of all, I would like to thank everyone for subscribing to the channel. What we've done in the last 4 weeks has been amazing. And guys, let's discuss. How are you coping and how are you managing your finances and the demands from your family and friends? So here are a few tips on things I think you can do to help you strive a balance between your finances and demands from your family and friend back home. The first thing is you need to have an honest conversation between you and everyone involved. Be it your immediate family, be it your friends. You need to have some conversation with them, which is an honest one. This kind of conversation will involve your salary. This is not what we discuss most in Africa. You may not even know the salary of your mom or even your father. So you need to discuss all these things with them, because the belief was once someone have traveled abroad, then they believe there is a lot of money involved, that your salary is more than what it is. Not a lot of people think about your expenses where you are living, and the expenses is quite enormous here. So you need to discuss with them. This is how much you earn. This is what goes out of your bill, and after everything, this is what is left, so that they will understand your situation. Because if they don't understand your situation, the pedestal they will place you will be a very high pedestal, and they will expect so much from you. Especially some of them will be exchanging your currency back to your home currency for you, and they will be requesting for some things that will even be a surprise to you, like how can they be asking me for this kind of money? If I have this kind of money, will I be doing what I'm doing? And not even all of them understand what you are doing. Not everyone comes in to the country they are, be it the UK, wherever you are, as a skilled worker. Some came in as a student. The kind of work you are doing is just manual job that you are collecting minimum wage. So the minimum wage you are living on is just enough for you to survive where you are. And imagine some expenses coming back from home. So with this kind of thing, if you don't have this conversation with them and they don't understand what you are going through, this request will be coming in, and most of the time you will be triggered to render this request. And by doing so, it's at your own risk, because you won't have anything left after you sort out your bill, and you are still running around to sort out these expenses back home. This is having a huge impact on a lot of Africans in diaspora, because trying to sort out most of this responsibility subjects you to a lot of physical and mental stress, and at the end of the day, you won't still have anything to anything from it. So by having this honest conversation with whoever is involved, be it your friend, your family, this will let them know your situation where you are living, and their expectation will also be lower. So if you do this, this will help you to strive a balance between your expenses, your finance, and the demand. So with this, you'll be able to cope. The next thing is not to put yourself in a pedestal that you are not. What do I mean by this? If you get to a country, a new country that you are living, you don't understand the culture there, you don't understand how the expenses is. Especially most people, when they come into a new country, there is some assistance in the first few months from maybe people they are living together with in that country. Maybe they render them some free accommodation in the first month or two. So by collecting your first month's salary, you are not paying rent, you are not paying anything there. That money looks huge to you, especially somebody coming from Africa. So if you came from Africa like that and that money looks huge, and in that first month what you did was sending like a huge amount back home. If you send like a huge amount back home like that, what you are doing is you are setting yourself up, because people back home will have it at the back of their mind that, oh, for you to have sent this kind of money, then it means the land is actually really green where you are. So don't ever set yourself up. Try as much as possible to balance things out. Don't do more than you can afford. Do only thing you can afford, and with that you will be able to set that balance. People will not put you in the pedestal that you are, and bear in mind they will compare you with someone that is already there, because most of our parents back home, they have other parents as well that are their friends who have their sons or daughter abroad. So they are seeing those things that those people are doing for their parents. Some of them are even building mansions and everything in your village, but then you just got into that country. Let them realize the fact that that person has been here for 10 years, you are just here not even up to 1 year. So they shouldn't put you in that pedestal. They shouldn't compare you to that person. Let them realize all this. Don't put yourself in a pedestal that you are not, and with that you will be fine. You will have some savings to yourself as well. At the same time, you will still meet their demand, even though not at the level that they expect, but then things will keep getting better. So the next thing is setting a budget. You need to learn how to set a budget. Learning how to set a budget means tracking your expenses and your income. If you learn how to track your expenses and your income, with that you'll be able to save and invest. So if you are the kind of person that knows that family responsibility is a must for you, which is usually the case for most Africans, because we all know how we left our various homes before we traveled. So it's like a must for us. Yes, we must do this thing, but should we do it at the detriment of our own finance or our own health? No. So what you need to do is you need to set a budget. And what I've been practicing and I've been working for me was setting a kind of budget, like this month, this is the amount I'm going to send home. And that amount I set aside means that after I've catered for my own bills and I've sorted out my own savings as well, then I know that this is the amount I want to send home. The only thing that can make that amount increase is in case of emergency, or if anything propped up that really needs my input. If not, outside what I've just set aside to send, I'm not going to send anything. So if you learn how to do this, this will help your own finances and will also put you in a good place in terms of your savings and investment. So learn how to do this and you'll be all right. So the next thing is you need to learn how to say the word no, no. So no is a complete sentence, as Oprah Winfrey said in one of his favorite quotes. So you need to learn how to say that sentence, no. By learning how to say no will save you lots of stress, both mental and physical stress. Because if you said that you are going to be rendering assistance to everyone knocking at your door, trust me, this will not put you in a good place. And as an African in diaspora, I understand and know this, and I know for a fact that this is what a lot of people are going through. So you need to learn to say the word no whenever anything comes and you know that you can't afford it or is not within your budget. Learn to say no. If you like, you can give them another time that you can render the help, and if you like, you just learn to say no, that you can't do it if it's not something that you know you can do. So learning to say no will put you in a very good place and will also help your finances and your savings. Also, all Africans in diaspora, we need to be honest with ourselves. This is a conversation you need to have with yourself and maybe with your immediate family if you have wife or whoever. You need to be honest with yourself. What is it you actually want to achieve? How are you doing in terms of your savings? How are you doing in terms of your investment? Are you comparing yourself to others? Because some people are already here in this country that you are living. They've been there for 10 years. Some people have been there for 5 years. You just came in 1 year. For certain, you cannot achieve what people that have been here in 5 years have achieved in 1 year. So you need to have this conversation with you and run your race at your own pace. Doing this will put you in a better place. Not comparing yourself will improve your savings, will also encourage you to invest more. So these are the things that tends to put a lot of Africa in a lot of stress and put them in a bad place in terms of finances. So learn to have this conversation with yourself. Learn to evaluate yourself. Don't compare yourself to others, and with that you'll be fine. I belong to a lot of WhatsApp groups, and judging from the conversation in that WhatsApp groups, you tend to see and noted that Africans send billions of money back to their countries. So this is one of the conversations we need to have in order to manage our finances well. So this is one of the many ways that you can actually strike a balance between your personal finance and demand from family. There are still more, and I want us to actually discuss. If there are more that I haven't said in this video, please try and put it in the comment section and let's have an honest conversation. Try and do most of these things if you have not already been doing them, and hopefully they will help your personal finance. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you find this video interesting and you want more of these in the future, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.